We can begin the process of making community wherever we are. We can begin by sharing a smile, a warm greeting, a bit of a conversation, by doing a kind deed or acknowledging kindness offered to us. Opening words by Bell Hook. صباح الخير، أهلاً وسهلاً. خوش آمدی. سحر مخیر، شهر. Namaste. Sabuvahi. Gunyadam. May the glory of God be upon you. We bid you welcome to this house. It is a place we love and tend with care. We welcome you with the healing of hope, the balm of community, and the promise of transformation. Come in and know that you are not a stranger. Good morning, everybody, and welcome to our special service this morning to mark Refugee Week and celebrate and acknowledge the work of Voices in Exiles over these past 20 years. If you are new to this church this morning, we extend a special hand of welcome to you. In this church and Unitarians over We believe that religion is wider than any one faith. Please bring your own beliefs and faith about God, or any name which you wish to call the divine mystery. If we all remain open to the diversity and eclectic mix of beliefs, we hold a special unity here, and especially this morning. Unitarians have been here in this building for the last, 200 and bit years now, and longer so across Europe. You may have questions. What's Unitarianism? We'd be very happy to answer those after the service. But I invite you now to just keep an open mind and enjoy this worship together. In our tradition, we start each of our services by lighting our chalice, a symbol of our free religious faith, a light to guide our way, and a symbol of hope in this world of instability. Marcia, would you like to come and light the chalice? God of many names and none, the source that we try to understand, light this community with a beacon of light to enter our hearts and our minds and our souls, a light that can penetrate the darkness within ourselves, within our fellows, and in the world. We come together in prayer with these words, praying for refuge. I invite you, as I said at the beginning, to use whatever word is comfortable for you in terms of the divine mystery. The familiar can be delicate for the innocent, and too often suddenly lost and destroyed. Homes and roads and neighbourhoods, or simply the sense of security which makes a place feel like it's not yours, a place that you cannot stay. For so many reasons people depart. They seek refuge from 1,000 dangers and uncertainties, for themselves and their children, from places they can't stay, onward to places often unknown. Let us hold the refugee, the asylum seeker, and the immigrant in prayer. May God be with you. May we hear your grief and loss. May the hard road you travel include spaces of rest and security. May you know your inherent worth and dignity every day of your journey. Let us pray for the people who are met along the way. May we remember they were strangers too. May they embrace pathways of compassion. May they recall the teachings of the prophets. And may they make room in their hearts and in their homes. May the plight of all those fleeing and seeking hope in a new land stir in our souls. May we understand that around the world these tragedies occur daily, sometimes beyond our own awareness. May we count our blessings, direct our support where there is need. May we seek partnership that confront unjust structures and harden hearts. And may we recommit ourselves to a global community beyond all borders. In human solidarity with a firm commitment to the pathways of compassion, may we pray and act unceasingly. Mashallah. Om Shanti, Shanti, Shanti. Amen. Peace be with you. We sing together our first song, Spirit of Life. It's in your orders of service. Stuart's going to play it through once, and then we'll sing it 3 times through because it's quite a short one. And you can remain seated or you can stand, whichever you fancy. I know it's pretty warm, so if you want to just sit and sing together, that's totally fine. So let's sing together, Spirit of Life. Can you play it through once, and then we'll sing it twice or 3 times? Twice, 3? 3. Okay, Stuart's going to play it through, and then we'll sing it 3 times together. My apologies for those that don't know me. I'm Jennifer here. I'm the minister at Brighton Unitarian Church. And way back when it was very cold, in February sometime, Marcia, who is one of our members here, came to me and said, "Are we going to do something for Refugee Week?" And I went, "What do you think we should do?" And she connected us with Voices in Exile, and the rest is history, and here we are today with our service. I want to introduce you to Dr. Alison Kelly, who is the Director of Voices in Exile, and she's going to tell us a little bit about the work that they do and have done over the last 20 years in a few words. So over to Dr. Alison Kelly. Thank you. We just need to do some tech. So I'm just going to put Stuart on the spot. Could you play us a little ditty whilst we try and fix the tech?
I can just pop up here. Would that be okay? Is that okay?
Yep.
Thank you for welcoming Voices in Exile today as part of Refugee Week. It's great to be here to meet you and to share with you the wonderful photos that Carlos has taken of members of our community. Voices in Exile started as a voluntary grassroots organisation in 2009, providing vital support to refugees, asylum seekers and migrants at risk in the local area. We provide practical advice and casework to improve access to justice, housing, healthcare, education, employment and other services and entitlements. And we also support with learning English. We have a food bank and destitution service, and we have groups that help with orientation and well-being. As the only provider of free regulated immigration advice in the region, we are a crucial lifeline for people who would otherwise struggle to access the help that they need. We remain very much embedded in the local community. In addition to our staff team of over 20 now, we have around 60 volunteers, and we work closely with many local community groups and voluntary organisations. Many of our clients have escaped war-torn regions and persecution, often making traumatic journeys to reach safety, and they work incredibly hard to learn English, to figure out the complexities of British culture, to settle, to make friends, and to contribute. However, a worsening political climate and policy changes are making life even more precarious for those seeking safety. The housing crisis, lack of legal support, hostile immigration policies mean that many people remain at risk of destitution, exploitation, and prolonged uncertainty. In addition to this, we're noticing, even in Brighton, more hate crime and worsening anti-migrant sentiment. People often ask what they can do to help, and to that end, I would like to make an appeal, not for your money or even for your time, but for your solidarity. I suspect I'm pushing at an open door here. We all have a role in countering the anti-migrant rhetoric we're hearing, and I would like to invite you to join with us in sharing this message. Blaming people who come here to rebuild their lives does nothing to solve poverty or fix our economy, and just distracts from the real issues that governments should be addressing. Refugees who settle here, raise families, pay taxes, and become proud, active members of their communities. Our country is better for it. Refugees often arrive with nothing, and yet many go on to start businesses, work in vital industries, and contribute far more in taxes than they ever take out. The NHS, construction, care work, food production all rely heavily on migrants to function. They bring cultural richness from food to music to sport. They shape the best of Britain. What you will see in here today, Nomat's poems, Chipo's story, and the exhibition of Carlos's photographs are a testimony to all that migrants bring to their communities, our communities, and I'm delighted to be sharing this with you here today. Thank you.
Thank you, Alison. Apologies to those of you who are listening to the live stream that now you're getting a slightly different version. Nemat Ahangosh is a poet and an activist from Afghanistan. Nemat's writings reflect themes of resilience and hope and the hardships of Afghan society, often touching on the ravages of war and the plight of those affected by armed conflicts. Nemat began writing poetry in English around 2017 while working as a peace activist in Kabul, where he collaborated with organisations focused on non-violence. He pursued higher education in India, where he earned a bachelor's degree, sponsored by the Jesuit Refugee Service. He's been living in Brighton since 2023 as a refugee. He holds a master's degree in conflict, security and development from the University of Sussex. Today I feel honoured and delighted that he's come to share some of his poems from his recently published book, The Colour of Peace. And there are a few copies if somebody wants to purchase one after the service. So I introduce Nemat with his first poem called Perhaps a Little Worried.
Well, thank you all. First of all, I'm deeply grateful to share my work with you today. I'm going to read a selection of poems. One of them is from my book, which is recently published, The Colour of Peace. And you might notice that the color is missing a U, right? And that's because it's been published in the US and my publisher is American. And you know how it is, right? The British always add U to the word color, but Americans keep it lean. I guess they read too much Hemingway. I'll also read a couple of poems which aren't in the book. Perhaps they'll make it into the next one. And since we are here today in a safe space that values sanctuary, I have chosen pieces that speak to that theme. And I'm glad to read these poems as part of Refugee Week, which is the world's largest art and cultural festival celebrating the creativity, resilience, and contribution of refugees like us. So I hope these poems resonate with you as much as they do with me. And the first one I'd like to share is to my fellow refugees. It's called Perhaps Little Worried. And as someone who has gone through displacement, I know how overwhelming life can feel sometimes. Some of us experience stress and even depression for reasons that are not visible to others. It can be the uncertainty, the pressure to rebuild, the weight of memories. The poem is a reflection of that emotional landscape, the quiet questions, the doubts, and the resilience we carry. Perhaps little worried. How much should I escape from this and that? How much should I care? How much is enough? How much must I love myself? Perhaps little. How many more dreams should I dream? How often should my heart break? And how many more lovers must I get? How lonely should I get in the crowd? How tough must I become and how hard should I try? How far should I go? How much should I change? How many sleepless nights will I get? How long should I sleep every day? How many friends should I make? How tired must I become? How much further should I go? And how much should I abandon? How much should I pursue? How much do I lack? How much must I self-talk? How much should I overthink? How much should I accomplish? And how much can I face? How much is enough before I realize that only now matters, that I can return to my past, that the future is not even here? How much is how much? How much to worry about? Perhaps little.
Thank you, Mona. We have the joy of listening to another two poems later on in the service from him. But now let's take some time in reflection. So just settle yourself in your seat. If it's comfortable for you to close your eyes, do so. If not, just adopt a soft gaze and just come to that spirit of life, the breath. Just notice the breath coming in, the breath of life into your body. And notice this. Before we enter a period of silence together, I invite you to listen to these following words. They are an adaptation of the poem by Warsan Shire. No one leaves home unless home is the mouth of a shark. You only run for the border when you see the whole city running as well. You only leave home when home won't let you stay. No one would leave home unless home chased you fire under feet, hot blood in your belly. You have to understand, no one puts their children in a boat unless the water is safer than the land. And no one would leave home unless home chased you to the shore, unless home tells you to leave what you could not behind, even if it was human. No one leaves home until home is a damp voice in your ear saying, leave, run, now. Let us sit together in silence for a few minutes, and then we will listen to some music. you, Stuart. Let us come together for another period of prayer. Spirit of life, God of all love, who is known by so many names, we gather with gratitude for all that journey on this earth with us. Source of wisdom, who is known by many names, the Prophet Muhammad asks what actions are most excellent to gladden the heart of a human being, to feed the hungry, to help the afflicted, to lighten the sorrow of the world, to remove the wrongs of the injured. Jesus, carpenter of Nazareth, asks, what is the greatest commandment? To love your neighbour, to be in solidarity with all those who suffer, to act for justice and teach others to act for justice. Source of justice, who is known by many names, open our eyes that we may see those that are undocumented, whose labour enables us to sustain our living. Give us courage to stand with those crossing our borders, seeking a new world, aspiring to participate in the bounty of creation. Give us the will to leave behind the safety of our sanctuaries and claim our place in the movement to transform, that our voice and our heart and our spirit will join the voice and the heart and the spirit of all who demand to live with respect, justice and peace. Source of direction, who is known by many names, let us not forget that the creation is founded on justice, and we have our place and our actions to create a fairer justice. Spirit of love, God of all life, may we remember we are all interconnected. We all have a story, and we all have an opportunity to love. May it be so. We hear our second poem this morning from Nemat, and the title of it is called Fitting In.
The second poem is about belonging. So when people from different backgrounds meet, it's natural to notice both similarities and differences. It is part of how we try to understand each other. As people seeking sanctuary, we arrive with our own stories, cultures, and identity. But if we look closely, we find more common ground than we think. Values like love, unity, and dignity can connect us. So this poem explores what it means to search for belonging while navigating a life in exile. And then I'm going to read this one from the book. fitting in. Sometimes the world becomes so small you can't fit in. The sun sets and the night falls. Unless you have no pen, you don't notice it. Sometimes you become so small that the universe can't fit inside you. The sparrows on your street perish. Unless you don't feel pain, you don't have it. Often, you can't face the truth. You ignore it like a puff from a cigar. So bitter you can't swallow. Look up. The sky lies open. Stars wing. They are us, like coming home. Let's cherish their beauty. Look around, find us, how distant we stand. We are the children, not of the heaven, no, but of Mother Earth. Why so much hatred while we are a family? Why miles apart? Why separate? And why fear love? Our feelings are the same. We too want freedom. Do you fear my religion? I hope that isn't the reason. So let's praise redemption. Thank you.
Thank you, Madam. The following story is from somebody who has used this Voices in Exile, and the story is called Jamila's Story, and it's read by Brian.
Jamila is a single mother from Afghanistan who arrived in Brighton early last year with their 14-year-old son, Farid. Facing isolation, language barriers, and the challenges of adapting to life in a new country, Jamila was referred to Voices in Exile by her resettlement caseworker. Over the past year, she's accessed a range of activities and support services, helping her to settle, develop independence, and look forward to the future. Jamila's initial challenges were significant. She struggled with limited access to services and activities, financial constraints, and the emotional toil of past trauma. Depression and loneliness made it difficult for her to engage with others, and she worried about Farid's education and integration into his new school. Through Voices in Exile's group activities, Jamila was introduced to local events and services. She attended cultural events at the Jubilee Library, dance sessions at Dance Space, and informal conversation groups, helping her feel more engaged with her community. To support Farid's well-being, he was encouraged to join the Global Social Club, where he was able to connect with peers and build friendships in a supportive environment. To improve her independence, Jamila attended IT skills training at the library, learning how to navigate digital services and develop essential computer skills. Her English also improved through structured language-focused group sessions at Voices in Exile. These sessions included games, role play, and practical exercises designed to build confidence and familiarity with everyday interactions. Beyond practical skills, Jamila engaged in well-being activities, including drama, qigong, and art therapy. These sessions helped her manage stress, connect with other group members, and develop a sense of belonging. As her confidence grew, she began participating more actively in group discussions and social interactions. A year on, Jamila is an enthusiastic member of the group activities and is eager to continue learning. She hopes to further improve her English, gain new skills, and eventually return to work as a hairdresser, so she can support herself and her son independently.
Thank you, Brian. We're now going to hear a recording of Chipo, who is here today, and also her portrait is part of the exhibition. So we're going to hear a short recording. I think Stuart's going to play it for us now.
Hello, Chico. Could you tell me a little bit about the reasons why you left Zimbabwe in 2005?
I came from Zimbabwe in 2005 because of my political and opposition people was beaten and the house was destroyed.
Okay. And at first you went to London, but then how did you come to live in Brighton?
I came to Brighton. My friend was working here in Brighton. I was staying with them.
Okay. And how has it been to you living in Brighton?
In Brighton, I'm very happy, but all my friends, too, they passed away with the cancer. Myself, I joined volunteering. I joined volunteering in 2009 until now. I'm still doing. It was very difficult too. I took so many days without the setup to live in UK. I did not work, but the voice in Excel helped me so much. With food from 2009 until 2024.
Okay.
Okay.
And is there anything you would like to say about your faith? Whether you have found a community here and how your faith has helped you?
My back home, I grew as a Methodist church. When I came here, I found to St. Peter Church. My faith is very encouraging and supporting with the people. I'm very enjoying to work with the cosmos.
Oh, that's great. Thank you so much.
You're welcome.
Thank you, Chico. As I said earlier, back in February, one of our members, Marcia, came and said, what can we do for Voice for Refugee Week? And here we are, having spent some time together listening to personal stories, poems, and reflections. Most people in the world have the experience of leaving the place where they grew up. Maybe only moving to the next town or village. Maybe another country to study. Maybe we go to university. We move for our families. But most of us, it's by choice. We move for love, for work, maybe for study. However, we only need to look on the television set or listen to our radios, even this morning, to know that every day, all over the world, people make one of the most difficult decisions in their lives, to leave their homes, searching for a safer life. They leave in the hope of something better. And although those journeys have some hope in them, they're full of danger and unimaginable obstacles. Some give all their money to receive a place on a boat that's not even capable of floating on a river, let alone crossing an ocean. Some are detained, spending years in camps, and some in detention centres just up the road in Crawley. And then, of course, some people make it. They arrive on new soil, exhausted, but with some thread of hope. And then they're faced with endless interviews, temporary accommodation in a B&B, which prevent you from cooking and want you out most of the day. They seek refuge. It's a bit like every time they wake up, their life is on a reset button. Imagine it arriving somewhere where you don't know what the language is, how to even speak the basics. The culture is new, the food is different, mobile networks are different. Currency is different, etiquette is different, weather is different, the clothes are different, it's all different. Imagine leaving here with just what you have in your pocket. Imagine waiting on the shore just 4 or 5 minutes away from this church, looking across, thinking, there's the hope. Doesn't really sound like a lifestyle choice. And will there ever be a time when refugees can find somewhere that they can call home? For those that have encountered Voices in Exile and used their services, these are some of the most beautiful and uplifting comments about our refugees in our city. I now think of Brighton as my home, the same way I felt when I lived in Morocco. People have helped me. It's given me opportunities to study and start a business. The people are friendly here. Voices in Exile help me to get to know people and other groups. I love Brighton. I enjoy learning English at the swimming school. I love friendly people. I like talking to people. I have freedom here. I also have security as a woman. I love to mix with people who know my story. There is a diverse community and respect. Now those reflections that came from Susan and Alison at Voices in Exile, such positive experiences, but I wonder whether those people would receive such a positive experience if organisations like Voices in Exile didn't exist. Would we intervene? Our country is a diverse mix, is it not? That always opens our minds to a new experience. As Unitarians, our faith stands on the bedrock of belief that religion is wider than any one faith. God can be accessed in a variety of ways. If you speak to anybody who comes regularly, they will tell you, or hopefully they'll tell you, that it's a welcoming place. but we sit beside people who have many different beliefs to our own. But we come under one roof to worship together. We like to feel that we welcome. And yet we all carry the internal judge. We all experience the fear of the unknown, of new people, of new culture. It's just natural. But it's what we do with that. And we were invited earlier on when Alison spoke. She didn't ask much. She wasn't even asking for our money, but to stand in solidarity, to stand with another and listen to their story. This little snapshot of images and information, poetry, is the tip of the iceberg. And we've been fortunate, or I believe we've been fortunate, to sit in this space this morning and hear those stories which have been shared with such courage and openness, without any expectation of anything in return. So my wish is when we leave here this morning that we're richer for our learning, that we may act from a place of curiosity and fear, of open-hearted sharing, rather than a closed fist. And a reminder that the person we see has a story to tell. Amen and blessed be. We sing again, it's in your order of service, the Song of Peace. During the hymn, we will take the collection. The collection this morning will be divided between the church and Voices in Exile. We would kindly ask you to be as generous as you can, and the collection goes around. If you have cash, there's also a machine afterwards if you want to make a donation in that way. But I also want to say to each and every one of you here that you being here is the most important thing. We'll sing Song of Peace. Thank you, everybody, for your donations. We come to our final contribution from Nemat. I can't find its name. Yes. Unleash Love, that's what it's called.
This last poem is about love. Without a doubt, love is a universal language that we can all understand and relate to it. I believe it transcends borders, identities, and circumstances, reminding that at our core, we are all capable of compassion and connection. In today's chaotic world, love offers a pathway forward. Whether refugees or citizens, it is love that enables us to coexist, build bridges, and find common ground. Write the poem. Unleash love? If you ask people about love, they have no idea. But they know how to love, which is strange, which is a strength. To be loved is not strange. Everyone knows how. Perhaps when you give way to another walker, that's love. Maybe it isn't, but if you ask people what love is, they have no idea. And I have no idea too. Perhaps when you gift a smile to someone, to anyone, that's love. But who knows what love is, right? When you give your seat to someone, to anyone in those stinky buses, and they whisper, "Thank you," that's love. Maybe it isn't. Don't ask people about love, whatever shape it has. It might be in the shape of a protest in London, a march in Tokyo, that when someone suffers in another part of the world, many take it to streets. Perhaps love can be seen or blind to little ironies, like in sports, where even losing brings us together. Perhaps love is a joke when set in a circle, it makes everyone laugh. Or a kiss shared in silence. But again, who are we to define it? Someone walks a dog, another pets a cat or feeds a bird. Love might be poetry, maybe it isn't, but I write one anyway. Love is an advocate fighting for the planet, a reminder that Earth is our mother. Perhaps that's the love we forgot about. Perhaps the meaning is not important, we just need to do it. Maybe we don't know what it is, but every time I think about love, well, I feel connected, vulnerable, and transcendent. Thank you.
We're coming to the close of our service, but I just want to say that a special thank you to Voices in Exile for being with us today and for coming on this journey and, trusting us to host this special service today, and all Nemat's poems and Chipo. and the people here. Some of them are here and in photographic form, and some of them are here in three-dimensional form. So please take your time after the service. We're going to have some tea and some sweet treats. But yeah, please take your time to have a look at the images. There's some information at the back from Voices in Exile. Nemat has a few copies of his book. You will need to be quick because some of them were all purchased before the service even began. And he'd be very happy to sign one of those for you as well. I think they're 15, is that right? 15 pounds, thank you. So I leave you with these final thoughts. Behind every refugee is a person, a parent, a teacher, a student, a neighbour, a brother, a sister, who just wants to live in safety and dignity. Let us go into the world with a peaceful heart. Have courage, hold on to what is good. Return no one evil for another. Strengthen the faint-hearted. Support the weak. Help the suffering. Honour the people. May we be joined together in a common goal of service to our community and the world. Amen, and blessed be. We sing our final song, May the Road. I think Stuart will play it once and then we'll sing it twice together. Thank you.
wasn't expecting such a powerful and humbling service. So to echo Jennifer, on behalf of us all, thank you to everyone who participated in this morning service, to Alison and her team for explaining exile, for Chipo and her voice recording, telling us her experience, to Jamila for sharing her story and Brian for reading it, and for Carlos for his poetry, and Nemat for the wonderful poetry. And anyone I've forgotten, please forgive me. I know there are people here from Voices in Exile, and just thank you for that connection to the human spirit as it travels in exile and tries to find a new, safe home. Thank you all. Thank you very much. And then for Jennifer for taking it forward. Wow. Thank you both. Thank you. Okay, moving on to our normal church notices. On Wednesday, we have our usual opportunity to come and share a place in the church at lunchtime. We call it Music and Silence. It's 45 minutes of gentle piano music played by Pamela, a cup of tea, and then another 45 minutes of silent reflection. And it's a very gentle space. So if you need that in the middle of the week at 12:15 on a Wednesday, the doors are open. And again on Wednesday, we have our Zoom Heart and Soul. This week's going to be led by me, and I still don't know what I'm going to do. But if you want to join us online at 7:30, just please email the church for a Zoom link. Next week, our service will be led by our member and committee secretary, John Naish, always very stimulating. So looking forward to that next Sunday. On Sunday the 6th of July, just forgive me Jennifer, I'm going to have to read this out because of the detail in it. There is, oh dear, I've lost it. Can you help me, fill me in? It's a retreat on Sunday the 6th of July, and then I'll come back. Yeah.
Hello, everybody. So this is sort of more directed to people who come regularly, but you're all very welcome. Reverend C.J. McGregor, who is our district minister, and myself will be leading. We call it like a retreat/workshop, but basically on that afternoon after the service, we're going to be looking at asking ourselves some questions about where are we, what are we doing, where are we going. That's it in a nutshell, really. There'll be some questions and some discussion. There will be tea and biscuits in the middle, do not worry. But do bring your own lunch as well. And yeah, I really invite you. I know our time is precious, our Sunday afternoons are precious, especially if we've been to church and then you want me to stay for the afternoon? Yes, I do. I do. Because I really want us to work together as a community to look at what's important for us and what's important for us going forward. So yeah, please do put that in your diary. 6th of July, we'll start probably about 12:30, 1:45. Thank you.
Thanks, Jeff, for helping out. And then on Friday at lunchtime at 12:30, our 45-minute regular Friday lunchtime concert, raising funds for the church and for the performers. The Lips Wind Quintet, which is a marvellous name, and they'll be playing a fun variety of contemporary wind music. And lastly, we are going to have tea and coffee and cake, I hope, afterwards, yes. Please sign up for the coffee tea rota if you can to help out with this. Fanny is now organising this, so she will have the clipboard, but please volunteer and help out. And that's all. Thank you.